Look how low that structure is. Is 1B going to be able to hold? Oh, sneaky tactics. They were like, wait, why can't we teleport? But A97's like, wait, we have numbers. Let's just fight now. Oh my goodness, this is going to be such a close mid-fight. I've had the pleasure of casting the Grand Prix on the official Rise of Kingdoms channel. So in today's video, we'll be recapping the highlights of the 2023 Rise of Kingdoms Global Champions Grand Prix from my experience as a caster. For those who couldn't keep up with the Grand Prix, here's a quick summary. The Grand Prix was comprised of 16 teams from both the Chinese and international server. This was actually the first event where the two servers had an event together. So it's actually a pretty momentous occasion in Rise of Kingdoms. There were 10 teams from the international server, as well as 6 teams from the Chinese server. The teams were made up of previous Osiris League champions from the last 2 seasons, as well as 4 teams from the sign-up stage. The festivities started off with a draft to pick the matchups, leading to the start of the round of 16. As the brackets progressed, we were actually able to see the clash of styles between the international server and the Chinese server. While the international servers have an established meta, the Chinese servers had a lot of innovative skills and strategies. At the end of the day though, it was 2 international server teams, 489 and 60GT, that faced each other in the finals. The best of 3 went to the 3rd game, where 489 was able to claim the victory. Now that we're all up to date with the Grand Prix, here are my top 3 moments from the past season. DY16 is one of the best teams in the Chinese server, and in my opinion, they were probably one of the most innovative teams we saw in the tournament. This was encapsulated in their matchup against 93T in the 3rd arc fight. For some context, they did not contest the 1st arc, and in the 2nd arc, 93T was able to win the mid fight. They were down in points and they needed this arc to get back into the game. So they used a combination of skills that I haven't seen before. First, they used sneaky tactics to make their marches invisible and walk to the arc unharmed. Then, as the arc spawned, they instantly tried to capture it while sending more marches mid with master strategies. 93T in response tries to master strategy the arc carrier out. Here's what happened. It's gonna be so interesting to see.
I mean, what I would personally try, because right now you lose the game if you're not doing a play, if you're not getting that arc. Okay,
oh, sneaky tactics used again.
Wait, where?
In mid.
Ah, wait, maybe could it be? Could it be it actually? Could it be what we said? Look, the mid, they're coming to mid. What if they try to take the arc? They're all going around and they're trying to take it. One of them takes it and they time the I apologize. They time the TP skill in a way that it TPs the arc carrier immediately after taking it. And if they have so many people trying to go for the arc, the chances of them actually capturing it is very high.
Let's see if it works. That is a crazy strategy. We have 1 minute left until arc spawns.
Yeah, they can't clear 93T there. There's no way.
93T, I'm telling you, they get these leads by just chipping away at your structures. They somehow always capture structures so that you lose your points for a minute. They just took and gave up the Sky Altar again, and they are doing the strategy. They are trying to have all these marches around the Temple of Osiris. And let's look at the vision here.
93T
look at that. 93T have no vision of these marches. They don't know what's happening.
They will do the same thing. This will be a complete coin flip. 93T will also surround this the temple, and everyone will also try to get the arc. Whoever gets this arc right now is gonna take the arc home.
They definitely know something's happening because they saw sneaky tactics be used.
Yeah, now you see this. Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant.
Is that double master strategies? It's double master strategies.
GY16 is, I think, the first one to touch it. I believe GY16 is this is on.
Let's see.
Oh, 93T.
93T getting the arc. Huge play from Captain Marvel and 93T being able to take that arc. Oh my goodness.
What a play.
That was a game-winning play. This plays top 3 in my opinion because of the use of skills from GY16 in a situation where they went all in with a strategy that we've never seen before, using master strategies to teleport marches into the middle while using sneaky tactics to bring marches there to surprise them. But what's even more impressive is 93T's ability to answer instantly with a master strategy of their own, teleporting the arc carrier out of the precarious situation, allowing them to win the game. This Grand Prix, 960's midfights have been dominant. In the matchup against 489 in the finals, 960 leaned into this strategy and revolved their strategy around capturing arcs. On the other hand, 489's building game has been one of the best in the tournament. The clash of the two styles was put on display in these final series, where it was quite obvious what each team was trying to do. However, for the building game, you can't just give arcs for free. You will have to contest one arc eventually to either delay the capture or capture it yourself. The second highlight I want to show is one of these mid-fights that 489 decided to contest the arc. Showdown Heaven's Grace used by 60GT.
Mirrored.
We got mirrored. All the skills are mirrored here. It was 8 points used by both teams.
Wow.
Let's see the sad faces. Wow, this is going to be such a big mid-fight. And I actually think I'm curious to see why 489, they didn't have to go full mid here. This is playing into 960's strategy where they want to go for these mid fights.
Well, I mean, it is and it isn't. In my opinion, especially given the provisioning situation, we know that getting an arc here means a win for 489. But if we look at the sad faces, hey, yo, 489, I don't think they're winning this arc.
Yeah, they got sad faced off mid, and they also lost Skyalter. So they lost the building game, they lost mid. This is really bad for 489 on their side.
It's costly. But here's the thing. It's not over yet in mid, although I could zoom out and get a better sense. It's not over yet, although maybe it kind of is. But they could always take this arc on the backswing. And that's now what I think has to be their play if they want to seriously go for this arc.
I don't know. It's
pretty one-sided, right?
I mean, there's a reason why 960 has been winning almost all of their mid fights, and it's they just know how to murder ball up, and yeah, it's interesting because it's the opposite of. Oh wait, 49 has an arc, by the way.
Wait a minute. How far did they take that thing?
They're so literally busy looking at the middle outpost.
That's a long route. They took that. What I don't understand is how did GT not see that? And how did it go that far?
Wait, what is going on? What? We were looking at the mid fight. Wow, this is like, whoa, this is super one-sided. 60 GT didn't hit the arc carrier, and now it's almost at the outpost.
You know, you could take the arc on the backswing, or you could just take it when it spawns. How about that plan? What do you think about that plan, Ploto?
Oh my goodness! Wow, this is actually a game saver in my opinion for 489.
Absolutely.
The fact that the arc is on their end. Look at the amount of marches sandwiching 60 GT. Oh my goodness!
GT, like I actually think they need to score it at the outpost, or they're not going to score it.
Yeah, they definitely have to score at the outpost. There's no way.
I don't think they're going to score it. They've got to be hectic and noise right now.
This is the backswing that we weren't talking about. It's usually in 60 GT's side, but now the fact that it's in 489 side is insane. That arc carrier is the MVP of this match.
Well, you know, there's a name for what just happened. It's called tunnel vision, right? Gamers are very familiar with tunnel vision. Even as casters, we are so accustomed to the arc carrier not getting a run like that we were tunnel visioned on the mid fight as it was unfolding, right? We didn't see what was happening right in front of us. That is literally like the example of tunnel vision. And I feel like, given how far this arc went, I don't know that GT shot callers saw this either. I mean,
yeah,
how could they be winning by that much and see this happen and not do anything about it, right?
That was probably one of the most important clutch arc runs I think I've seen
in the history of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, like this is the Grand Prix. This is the creme de la creme. This is the World Cup essentially of Arc. And they were able to walk from mid without any support straight to a 4-9 side. This is one of the top plays I casted this past season because of the pure shock of 4-8-9 being able to carry the Arc that far. It really came down to how late the Arc fight actually started. The fight actually started around 30 seconds before the Arc spawned, with 4-8-9 actually having positioning over 60GT. The tricky thing about 60GT is they can't just blindly push to the Temple of Osiris, because if they do so, then that will greatly reduce the effectiveness of their murder ball. If they just dove the Arc carriers with their full murder ball, then 4-8-9 would be able to hit their marches for free. So 60GT proceeded with the murder ball as they usually do, targeting the middle of the ball and clearing 4-8-9. But because the fight started so close to when the Arc would spawn, 4-8-9 was actually able to get a major pull, dragging the Arc to their side of the map, allowing them to reinforce the Arc carrier a lot easier. With that pressure, they were able to secure the Arc and eventually secure the game. This clip is an honorable mention because of how unlucky A97 is, and it's pretty self-explanatory when you watch it yourself.
It's very risky. It's extremely risky because also you can't capture your strike.
Oh, there you go. Massive strategies.
Someone from A97 needs to take it. If they don't get it, this is done.
Oh no! No one has an Arc. No one has an Arc.
Yeah, it's still fine. It's still fine. It's good. Do they take it? Do they take it? It needs to survive. It needs.
Let's see.
No way. Did the Arc one not? The
oh
Arc
my goodness!
Get teleported.
There's too many marches. There's too many A97 marches. For those that don't know, the teleport skill only takes 30 marches. So the Arc carrier
did not get.
Oh my god!
This is so unlucky.
Wow.
And if you look at the points right now, also A97 would be leading with all the provisions. This is so unlucky.
Wow.
This would have been potentially a win right now for A97 if this didn't happen. This is oh my god, this is the unluckiest thing I've ever seen.
I don't think we've ever seen anything like that for Master Strategies where the Arc was captured, but the march didn't teleport. There's too many marches on top of the march. Wow.
Yes, GG. Wow, what an ending.
GG's. That would have been the game for A97. But 4-9 being able to survive by the skin of their teeth. GG's to both teams. What an entertaining way to end the game.
Let's see, how is the points looking? If we add, for example, the 4k points right now to A97, we would have a win.
They would have won.
By 200 points, by 200, not even 200 points, by 180 points, for example.
The last game of the season was a barn burner. Again, throwing it back to 4-8-9 and 60GT and the clash of styles. In this last game, 4-8-9 was actually able to get a lot of these arcs. They got the second arc through the use of To the Death, and for this third arc, it actually looked like they won the mid fight as well. Being the third and final game of the series, final game of the Grand Prix, 60GT went all out to try to recover the arc. If 4-9 captured the arc, it'd be the end of 60GT's run altogether. But if 60GT was able to steal it, the game would go back to even. Let's see what happens here.
They're up to 4, like they're not far from 5. So all they have to do is stall this arc. And they're back on track here to do something sneaky. Let's see if they pull it off.
They are going. Oh,
I know
the arc's not moving.
Like,
what's going on?
What's up?
The arc is not captured right now.
Yeah, I think
they switched the arc carrier. They switched the arc carrier.
I think that could be fine.
I think it's a T1 march though.
Yeah,
I think it's a T1 march.
That could be fine. I generally agree with you that like just score it. It's not time to change hands here. It is so far from safe.
But that T1 march is zooming though. Yeah. That T1 march is zooming away.
Those T1s do be zooming. It's true.
Although it is super squishy though. If this T1 dies, oh my goodness. Chiskel, there's 3 marches.
I'm ready for Master Strategist.
It's sad facing, Chiskel. This March is going to die.
So this is really awkward. Oh my God. Do not take it to the outpost. No.
They're trying to take it to the outpost. They are trying. No.
That is the worst place to go.
8.
Oh my gosh.
Heaven's Grace used by 60 GT.
Pouncing on their opportunity. Big heal for GT. Dust up for 489. GT gonna swarm the outpost now. GT takes it. It's free. It was empty. Oh my gosh. 489 takes it. Moves it slightly away. This is a crisis. Oh
okay,
my
so
gosh.
one thing is 60 GT do not have master strategies. They use Heaven's Grace. So that means they cannot use master strategies.
But
the
bringing
only
this
way
arc
they
to
could
this
capture
outpost
this
is the biggest throw. The arc should never have gone anywhere near this
this outpost.
At no
this is the
moment
only
in
way
time
they
would I
score
have
the
said,
arc.
this is where you take the arc. I mean, now it's just a question of can 489 stabilize. Good grab on the arc. The
win condition is they have to hold this outpost. As long as they hold this outpost, they're good.
Oh my gosh.
And it does look like 489 have control of the outpost.
This is a disaster. It didn't need to be this disaster. But it is.
What a way for the last game of the season to end. This is so close between both teams here.
I can't tell who has the building. Can you?
I cannot tell either.
I think it's GT. Very good pickup by 489, and they're down. If GT can pick this thing up and dunk it into that outpost, they're good. Oh, wait, no, it's blue now. Outpost is blue now.
Yeah,
I don't know if the window of opportunity is closed here. It might have closed for this. Oh,
489 has outpost. I think 489 have the marches around to secure this arc too. 489 seemingly had the arc under their control. However, they decided to change the carrier of the arc to a T1 march, which is faster, but is also a lot more squishy. It also takes around 10 to 15 seconds to switch marches, so there was around 10 to 15 seconds where the arc was not moving. 60GT uses time to walk all the way to the arc, which 489 actually walked close to the outpost. The reason why Chiskel and I were super surprised that 489 went to the outpost, because this is the only way that 60GT could actually capture the arc. The fight for the arc came down to who was able to capture the arc first. But the 489 players were able to tap the arc first, allowing them to keep control. Due to this, as well as 489 having positioning advantage, allowing them to send marches faster, 489 was able to beat 60GT in the Grand Finals. Though not perfect, the Grand Prix was still overall a success, providing a lot of exciting moments. I really enjoyed how the Grand Prix was similar to the Grand Finals, where everyone had the same amount of troops, same gear, so it really emphasized the importance of strategy. Hopefully in the future, maybe Osiris League will be able to implement the same format so that Osiris League will also be more of a skill and strategy check rather than an account check. The casting experience for this Grand Prix was kind of crazy because this was my first time casting anything. Well, this past Osiris League season when I casted for that was the first time, and then essentially this Grand Prix was an extension of that Osiris League season. So shout out to Rise of Kingdoms for the opportunity, by the way. It was insane because it really opened up the pathway to more opportunities to work with Rise of Kingdoms. When you're a YouTuber for Rise of Kingdoms, like you watch, Chiskel, Dragothia, and people I was able to cast with. When you're watching Rise of Kingdoms content and previous Grand Prix and Osiris Leagues, I never pictured myself in that spot. So it was kind of an eye-opening experience to cast a Grand Prix and to be, I guess, part of history in the first event where it is an international server event with a Chinese server event. So yeah, it'll be something I could always look back on in the official Rise of Kingdoms channel and be like, hey, I was there. Overall, it was a fun experience to cast my first Grand Prix, and that was my experience casting the Grand Prix in a nutshell.